Hi, I'm Will Hoppin, and the Mill Valley Fall Arts Festival hired me to make their video, which just goes to show how tight their budget has been getting over the recent years due to a lack of attention from the Mill Valley community. I came into this project primarily concerned with seeing what I was capable of as an amateur filmmaker. But as Deborah and I interviewed the people who have been deeply involved with the festival in order to produce this project, I learned that the town I grew up in was not always the town that I thought it was. I realized that a community had existed here before my family moved in 16 years ago, and the culture of that community was at risk of being forgotten without the support of people like myself. Through listening to those who care deeply about Mill Valley's history, I have learned to appreciate what was there before me, and I've become fascinated with their story.
But Mill Valley was full of art in the 1950s and 60s. It was a real artistic place in a much less sort of self-conscious way than art is today. The art fair was a wonderful social event in the 60s and into the early 70s because it was an event that was really in touch with that back to the land, let's get out of the city and go live, a natural place thing that was going on. And people were moving to Marin to get away from San Francisco, and the hate was kind of going downhill, I guess, in 1968, 69. They had a whole bunch of drug problems, and people were trying to get out of there, but keep their kind of free spirit alive. So Marin was the place they came. There was a great sense in the Mill Valley community of supporting art and artists, and people genuinely liked to go there, see what people were doing and see all their friends. It's a real community event.
The festival had become a place for families and friends to meet, and often when you would try to wind your way through the festival during the weekend, you would find yourself not getting too far too quickly because you met so many people, friends and neighbors that also were there. So it was a wonderful community event, and that's what gave us the greatest satisfaction.
Mill Valley was a center for arts and community. They were two of the main elements that made this town a wonderful place to grow up, and they became reflected directly in the Mill Valley Fall Arts Festival itself. It's also very important in how it represents the heritage of Mill Valley, and it's one of these things that definitely reflects the beginnings of a sense of community and artistic community that was prevalent in the 50s and 60s. This is one of the few things that is a legitimate continuation of the arts and community elements of past Mill Valley, historic Mill Valley. So, this is one of the reasons why it's so important to preserve all this.
It was a very important step for a young artist to become a part of a larger community. I'm Chester Arnold, a painter and teacher who had my first encounter with the Mill Valley Fall Art Festival in 1969 as a senior at Tamalpais High School. By combining people of experience and excellence with up-and-coming young people who are full of aspiration in the future, when you put those things together, it kind of makes for a really powerful formula.
And the Arts Festival, it's almost like we all have to take our shoes off and go walk on the floor of where it all is in the Redwoods and be together and know each other again. Since this particular festival is 60 years old, right? This is our Redwood. This is where you go to learn more about this community and be a part of this community so we can preserve it for generations and your own children who are growing up here. That everyone belonged, everybody could get together because this is a small town. And we have that opportunity here with the Mill Valley Arts Festival to reconnect in a way that, no two branches should not know each other because we all come from the same source. And that's really what the Mill Valley Arts Festival has always been in our community.
It's not the little quaint village anymore. Back in '72, there weren't even stop signs. You get off the freeway, come into Mill Valley, you just drove right in. Maybe there was one stop sign, I don't remember where it was. No signals, nothing, no traffic. But since then, it's become really a bigger community, and it's packed with tourists, and a lot of homes have been built and condos and everything else, and there's tons of traffic. But it is still a quaint place if you really think about Mill Valley. Okay, well, you will ruin this town if you don't preserve things like the Mill Valley Art Festival. Things have been going on forever. Anything like that is really special. Oh yeah, come on, 60 years in this little community, that is something that cannot go away. And I don't care how many new people move into this community, don't even know, maybe seeing it for the first year. Okay, well just remember, this has been going on a long time and you have to support it. If you don't, then you are not a true Mill Valley person. And anything that has been a Mill Valley tradition like that has to be supported forever. You can't let those things go away.
Well, Mill Valley has changed a lot. When my parents moved here in the early 50s, it was not a particularly affluent bedroom community to San Francisco. World War II had just ended. Since then, it's obviously changed a lot. But one of the pieces of Mill Valley that's been consistent has always been a love of art, a love of nature, and very progressive attitudes, very much of a live and let live. And that has not changed as so much has changed around us. And that's one of the reasons it's really important that we keep this going, because it's been a consistent, authentic part of our town for this many years.
Giving back is very, very important when you have more to give, leaving something better than what you found it. And that's what I'm really excited about, all the new people that are moving here, that I meet every day, that have just moved here from over the bridge. I've just said, oh my God, we're raising our families here because it's such a beautiful place. So we have an opportunity now for all the new people that have moved here that want to be a part of this community. But let's start here.
That's how you get to know your neighbors. That's how you get to know the people in your town, is to be involved. It's bringing all that wonderful talent together into one location and making a community out of it.
I have made some of the best connections in my life because of this art festival. The sense of community is just, it's like you walk in there and you're surrounded by the people that you grew up with. It's homecoming. This is what Mill Valley was built on. And without it, I mean, it would be a huge gap in this community if it wasn't there.
The festival to me is just a 2-day opportunity to be cheerful. For 2 solid days to come down, have fun, look at great art, meet fun people, just have a good time and just rejoice in Mill Valley.
You know, that's what community is all about, is the sense that you belong to a social organism that has some continuity to it, so that you feel that you're part of a bigger world. You know, pretty soon, before you know it, you're ingrained in the fabric of something bigger than yourself and your little family. And that's community.
In Mill Valley, we're seeing that change is inevitable. But as the community evolves, we must never forget where we came from. We must support lifelong traditions like the Mill Valley Fall Arts Festival in order to preserve our past and build a creative future. Yes. Okay, I think that's good.